Hello everyone. I took Mannadium to locals again the other day. Um, I played a bit of a different build this time, so I thought I will show it to you again. I didn't do that well this time. I went 2-2, 4 round locals this time. Round 1, I went against Flu and Reese. Round 1, game 1 they went full combo. And yeah, they just won from there. Game 2, I went full combo and just won. And game 3 they bricked, so I won that one. Next match was against Tenpai. I lost at 2-0. First match he opened like 2 impermanent Nibiru, so can't really help against that. Then in game 2 it went kind of grindy, but he managed to draw a droll like every single turn, so I basically just was locked out of my actions, so I couldn't really do anything. Round 3 was against Mermail. I lost the dice roll, so game 1 they went full combo. I lost game 2. I didn't go actually full combo, but I stopped them with non-engine, and then turn 3 went full combo. And I don't know if I went full combo, but I was OTK regardless. So I won that one, but game 3 he just went full combo again. So I lost that one. And round 4, sorry, I was against Centurion. So game 1, I go full combo, I win easily. Game 2, he drops like I break the board with like Eclipse plus Droplet. Then they drop on me D barrier plus Troll, I think, but I just go like Astral Out plus Access Code to just annihilate their life. So that's how it went. There's definitely some changes I will do to this list and to the deck going forward overall, but let's get to the profile. First of all, 3 Room Heart, good for ratios and such, never cutting this card. 3 Right card, good going second, good into hand traps, yada yada yada. 3 Visa Samsara, best extender, can cover if you don't have your balls in hand, and Road to the Search shows. I'm pretty sure you already know what these cards do, so I'm not gonna explain too much about them. Then Meek, of course you want to be able to pop as much as you want, and it's just like one of the best extenders in the deck. Double Visa Starfrost. Now I'm actually thinking about trying out this in 3 copies maybe, but 2 has felt pretty good, so yeah, you can search this with basically anything. 2 is standard, 2 is pretty good. Then 3 Kashtira Fenrir and 1 Scarecrow Kashtira. Now this package was actually quite underperforming in the event. I don't think it did like anything. Maybe help me play through a nib or break through a board once. But yeah, it didn't do much. Well, it's a 4-round locals, so you can't expect too much, but I am definitely thinking of cutting this package and playing something like the Revolution Synchron package I showed off in the last profile. Maybe play some generic endboard engine like Azamina or Fiendsmith, but yeah, I don't feel like Kashtira Fenrir is it anymore. Then for field spells, triple Calarium, best card in the deck basically. Double Reichphobia, 1 for turn 1 for follow up. Then 1 Pearl Rhino to get visas, 1 Raid Salt to bridge terraforming into this, to bridge trust into this, and yada yada yada. And overall to get field spells. So what I've seen a lot of people do if they're expecting Droll, which I'm expecting a lot of the time because my locals just knows I will play Mannadium, and they will be prepared. They will come with their rocks and their lockbirds, and yeah, but the reason why I still insist on playing Terraforming and Rhoda, although these do play into Droll, is that they are significant consistency boosters. Like, these are both 1-card starters, although the 1-card combo isn't that good. But these both are 1-card starters, and They both get your planet like Meek and stuff like that. They're just so good for the consistency. And through trust, you can breach it into your main engines through these. So that's why I'm still playing those. Okay, so for next cards, the other spells, double arrival, so that you can always search it, although you draw it, since it's not hot once per turn. Good card. Double opposition. This is pretty good at extending, pretty good at just getting your meeks. I feel like playing 2 opposition, 3 room heart, 1 Rhoda, 1 terraforming, 3 Calarium, and 3 meek. I feel like this is like the perfect amount of meek access that you will have in your deck. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13 cards that access meek for you. So yeah, I feel like that's the perfect ratio, which is why I'm playing 2 opposition. Then after that, 1 Imaginings. I'm a board breaker, so this is a very nice card. Since you don't really care if you open this going second, like it's not really a brick, you're just draw into more engine or breakers with this one. And then the 1 Reframing, must play this. Don't cut it. Omni negates are so valuable for the deck right now, and they are few and far in between. So Reframing is an easy Omni negate you can get out to counter breakers and stuff, and people are playing quite a moderate amount of breakers this format for Ryziel. So yeah, I would 100% play the Reframing. Then, as I said, I'm on board breakers, so triple droplet. I feel like this is the best board breaker. You can just send your stuff. You're not using negate something. It's a quick play. They can't respond and stuff. A very powerful card. Works both go first and going second. Then triple Book of Eclipse. This is maybe my favorite breaker. I guess that kind of comes from playing Ritual Beast. I've actually played a lot of that deck too. And Eclipse is just nice. You can use this to stop your opponent's combo or to break into their board. It's just an easy card. You go main and you activate this and hopefully break their board or just bait a negate. Overall, it's a pretty versatile card that I like. Then we have 3 talent. Yeah, I love talent. This is so good at going first at playing through hand traps. So good at going second to break 2 boards. And then 1 called by the grave to negate Draw and Lockbird. And Mulcharmies, of course. So, I would probably change this lineup going forward. I will maybe cut either Talent or Eclipse. Probably Eclipse because that's not that good into Malice. So probably could cut that one. And then play these. With the Cold Play, of course, and play 6 hand traps with them. Because, well, I did go against the Mermel deck, which is basically immune to board breakers. They'll just hand loop you, and you need hand traps against it, basically. So it would be very nice to have hand traps. Also, Ash Blossom really counters Fuwalos, or just any Mulcharmies, since this deck dies to all the 3 Mulcharmies. So I would play Ash going forward too. Maybe Ash and Imperm probably. But yeah, this is what I was playing. It was alright, but yeah, there were significant disadvantages with playing that lineup. And then for the last card, the 44th card, I'm playing Synchro Rumble. Because it's an extender. That you search with Crimson Dragon. Yeah, it's kind of a brick, but sometimes it comes in clutch when you draw it. And overall, this comes very handy when you're playing through Nibiru, like Nibiru specifically. Also, it just lets you make more high impact endboards, which is good into decks playing a lot of breakers or slash and powerful engine, stuff like Branded, for example, and there's a Branded player in my local, so yeah, I really want the option to just make a huge end board. It's basically immune. Then let's go to the extra deck. 1 Trisukta, 1 Amritara. Yeah, this enables combos, this searches your stuff. Those explanatory basically. I doubt I need to tell much more. Then Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon gets you this pattern, gets you level 8 into level 10. It's very good. Then I'm actually playing Stardust Dragon, because when you have the Accel on your board, what you can actually do is summon this, and then your 5th summon will be the Meek off of the Stardust Accel. So if they try to nib you here on the 5th summon, you can just go Accel Synchro Effect, tribute itself, bring out the Stardust Dragon, and Synchro summon with these into this pattern, and just extend from there. So yeah, this feels really good at playing into Nibiru. Sadly, at the event, it didn't really come up, but yeah, I did a dozen or so test hands with the deck, and most of the time it is able to play through Nibiru, which is very nice post-Baronne ban. And then, as I showed, this pattern, probably the best synchro right now. It's basically always an interruption, and it's an extender. I really like cards that are both an interruption and extender. Yeah, this pattern was pretty much the first that kind of card that I got to know. But yeah, it's just a good card. I don't really see a reason to cut it. Maybe if you're running like Fiendsmith, because that makes the extra a lot more tighter, but as of now I will be running it. Then 1 Chengying, also a very powerful Synchro 10, and Chaos Angel. This is mostly your endboard piece. This is going second and protection. You sometimes can even side the Chengying out, because you are siding extra deck. Well, I am siding extra deck cards. So like against some matchups or some games, I decided that I would like to keep Stardust Dragon in, and therefore sided out Chengying rather. So yeah, but yeah, so Chaos Angel is more of a go second card. If you make this going second, you basically just win most of the time. Then for the cook card, Majestic Star Dragon. Now, if you don't know what this says, it says that basically when your opponent activates card or effect, you tribute this to negate the activation and destroy the whole board. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful card. It enables you to do the powerful endboards even when you get nibbed. This does have the mandatory effect to return to the extra deck at the end phase, which is why you like play Crimson Dragon, and on the opponent's turn, let's say you have Chaos Angel and Crimson Dragon, on the opponent's turn you tag out the Crimson Dragon into the Majestic Star Dragon, so it won't return at the end of your turn, but at the opponent's turn. But you're using this effect on the opponent's turn regardless, so yeah. You could also play the Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon instead of this. I don't have the card on me because it's expensive. Well, not that expensive, but kinda. And also Majestic Star Dragon is just a more powerful interruption. And yeah, then as I showed Crimson Dragon, because you can make your dispatter with it. Dispatter is very important, maybe the most important card in the whole extra deck. And also the Majestic Star Dragon. So that's it for the synchros. There are 9, I believe. Yeah, 9 synchros, so quite a heavy synchro package. Then for the links, 2 Lightheart. Of course, if it gets Impermeable Veilord, you can just Visa's Pop it, Reborn it, and link into the Anandar to get Phobia. Yeah, it's a good card. I would play it at 2. Like, this would be probably the last card in the whole extra deck that I would cut to 1. Yep. So next up, Crush Sheep. Helps you make more Synchro 10s by reviving your Meek when you summon the Astrolaud. Yeah, that's also kind of a basic card for Mannadium. I'm sure you know what it does. Then 1 SP Little Knight. Just a good endboard piece, and yeah, I've got nothing else to say about SP. Then 2 Astrolaud. You summon this, pop something, summon the other, pop something. These are cracked at playing into boards. And also they're just 3 extenders, so yep. I would play 2. I would not cut this to 1. Maybe if I cut this pattern, but even then I would probably try to stick to 2. It's just such a good card. Yep, for now I'm playing 2 at least. So next, let's get into the side deck. First of all, I was playing, as I mentioned, 3 Triple Tactics Trust. It's such a good card. It can, if you get hand trapped, you can just set a floodgate and skip your opponent's next turn. This can take a breaker going second. This can get you more engine going second. It's overall just a fantastic card in this deck, in this format. Yeah, I played. You could play something like Crossout instead of this, but I would probably still play this over Crossout. It's just so good, especially going second. Okay, but that's enough for that. Then for the actual targets, I had double Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, triple Evenly. I just wanted something generic to go into with it, and I was expecting quite the number of decks that were a little heavy on the back row, so I wanted a lot of cards that could just deal with the back row, mass removal in the back row. I didn't really get paired up with them, but yeah, I guess it's alright. I would maybe change around something, but it served this purpose alright. Then for the floodgate targets, the barrier, of course, easy target against some decks. Then DDG against graveyard decks. Yep, those are the primary touch targets. Then I played 1 Twin Saw for against Shifter. I knew there would be at least some Shifter players, so I decided that I would side this. So when I would go first against this, then I would side this in, and if they shifted me with this, I could end on like 3 or so interruptions, I believe. But yeah, overall, I would probably keep playing this guy. It was fine, I guess. It depends. Then for the extra deck cards, we have 1 Nightmare Unicorn and 1 Access Code Talker. Different dimension, no, sorry, not that. Dimensional barrier basically just everywhere, so you need a way to OTK without synchros. And if you're just hit with the different dimension barrier, these two let you OTK very easily. Like, even if you're hit with like Troll plus the barrier, these let you OTK so easily. I would keep maining or siding these, at least in board breaker builds. But overall, they're pretty good. But yeah, the thing about board breaker builds is that your extra deck, side deck space is a lot more loose, so you will have more space to side stuff like this. In hand trap builds, you maybe want to side more hand traps rather, but I'm not sure. These are pretty good regardless. I would keep playing them. Then I had 1 more spot in the extra side, and I didn't really figure out what I would play, if that would be like Trust Target or something. So I just decided I'll play Gagaga Cowboy. Yeah, if I need to play into time, this is just win some time. So that's the deck profile. Now I would like to show you some combo lines for the deck. So for the first combo line, it's a 2-card combo. It plays True Nibiru, and it requires Roomheart plus either Meek or Abscission. Let's say you start with Roomheart and Meek. So first of all, you normal summon your Roomheart, adding the missing card, whether it's Meek or Abscission. Then you special Meek, Abscission, pop Meek, add Calarium, and then the Meek will float into the other Meek, increasing its level into 4. I'll just move the graveyard up there. Okay. So now you have a level 4 and a level 4. So you'll synchro summon into Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon. This is your summon number 4. So Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon's effect, bring back Meek for summon number 5. And now, if your opponent Nibirus you just go effect, special summon, and summon the Dispatter. And since the effect of Accel Synchro Stardust Dragon makes the synchro summon stuff you make with its effect unaffected, there's no towers, it won't be attributed by the Nibiru. You can just activate the Calarium, add a Visa Starfrost, and keep going. Summon it, make Lightheart, so on and so forth. Or if you don't get hit with an early Nibiru, you have those. Wait, this is in the hand. Yep, something like that. You'll just from here activate the Calarium, add Visas, summon the Visas, make Lightheart, and so on until you can make Chaos Angel, after which you can safely just synchro these two away into the Dispatter. So if at any point they want to Nibiru you, you can just chain the effect of this one to synchro into the unaffected Dispatter. And when you have the Chaos Angel, the Dispatter will be protected regardless. So those two cards play through Nibiru quite easily. The end board you get, it kind of varies depending on the point at which the opponent nibs you. So yeah, but that's a solid line. That's like the best you get for 2 cards. For the second anti-nib line, you have the Fenrir line. So let's say you come to the point where you have summoned the Fenrir to add the Scarecrow Cache, and then the Room Heart and Visas to get a Meek level 4 and stuff like this. So if they don't nib you here, obviously just take these two and make the Accel, bring that back. Now if they nib you at any point, you can just make an unaffected Dispatter and continue from there. And you also have the Scarecrow Cache to extend, but if they do the right thing and nib you right here, these 4 will be gone. You get the token. You can still extend and end up with quite a formidable board. So you start off by summoning the Scarecrow Cache, banishing the Fenrir from the grave, link this for a Lightheart effect, add Reichphobia, activate Reichphobia, add Reichardt, summon the Reichardt in the Lightheart column, add Arrival. Now you will use this Nib token and Lightheart in order to synchro summon for your Cross Ship. Sorry, link summon into the Cross Ship. And then use the Visas and the Room Heart in the graveyard for Astrolaud. Now yes, this does require you to have Visas and Room Heart on the board for this to work, so it's a bit specific of a line, but I would say it's good enough, especially since most of the time you have these two. And it doesn't have to be specifically Room Heart, it can also be some Samsara or Reichardt or whatever. So yeah, with this, then Cross Ship effect, reborning the Mannadium Meek. And from here, you use these two to make Trisukta bring back Meek, make Amritara adds back the reframing. Now you can use the Lightheart Graveyard effect to bring itself back, and link these two for the Little Knight. So that's your first end board piece. Then you will use Arrival to bring back Reichardt. And this is actually a tuner, so you can make Synchro 12 for Crimson Dragon. And this is where Synchro Rumble comes in, because you add this, you use it, reborn a Meek, and in most scenarios you make the Chengyin. You can also make Kumir if you play it, or Chaos Angel, but it will only grant the battle protection, so usually not. Then just set the reframing, and during the opponent's turn, you go Crimson Dragon targeting Cheng Ying, and tag out in the Majestic Star Dragon. So, during Nibiru, if you have Fenrir, it will be ending on 2 Omni Negates, one of which destroys the whole board of the opponent's SPA, and Cheng Ying. So, that's like 4 interruptions, which is not that much, but these are, like, 3 of these are quite high impact interruptions. So, I would say this is still quite a solid line, which I would use against Nibiru on this deck. So, overall, I would say this is probably not the best Mannadium build out there, especially with this exact list with full board breakers and such. But pretty much the point of this deck is to conquer Mannadium's problems posed by the Baronne ban, and it does it pretty well, honestly. Yeah, most of your anti-Nibiru lines are 3-card combos, but you'll open 3 engine anyways. Like, most of your lines are 3-card lines regardless. So you're basically beating Nibiru every time. And in addition, you're getting the Majestic Star Dragon, which covers for the lack of the second Omni Negate, which means you won't die to stuff like Evenly plus Dark Ruler. And your board is basically unbeatable again. So, yeah. I would say this build fares pretty well and actually accomplishes its goal to mitigate the problems that banning Baronne on the floor caused on the deck. So, yeah, I would say this is a pretty good point to start working on the deck. It's not a perfect list, but I'm excited to see where it is.